Hi everyone, welcome. So today I'm going to go through a few simple warm-ups that you can do at home before you take on your own inversion practice. So a lot of times people think that, oh, in order for me to start doing an inversion practice, I would need to prepare for a full hour and do a full hour's practice so that my shoulders are warm enough, and that is further from the truth. My own practice before I start doing any handstands, pincha, headstands is usually around maybe a 5 to 10 minute warm up. And hopefully this video would just be 5 to 10 minutes long. I'm not too sure. So let's just see where it goes. Before you start, you will need a few equipment. It is not going to be super fancy. It's going to be anything that you might already have in your house. Okay, so first thing you need here is a chair. You can use any chair. This is just the kopitiam chair that I have in my house from my dining table. Okay, next thing that you would need is actually a block. For me, this is a handstand block, but you do not need to use a handstand block. You can just use your regular yoga blocks. Just make sure that it's not too soft. And if you don't even have a block at home, that's no big deal. You can use a book. Okay, I also have a peanut here for me to do a little bit of mobilization work. But if you do not have a peanut, you can also use a block to do the same thing that we did. The last thing that might be a little bit tricky is actually the resistance band, or in this case, there's really no other alternative because we need a little bit of this resistance here for us to work with. So if you don't have one, you can get one from Decathlon, or you can get one from Shopee. It's not very expensive. Make sure that you get the lightest one, okay? Don't get anything that's too heavy, especially for shoulders. Otherwise, you'll find that it's really miserable. Okay, so to start, we are going to just do a little bit of movement. Our shoulder blade sits on the back of our spine, and what happened, or rather the back of our rib cage, right? So what happens is when we are trying to articulate or move our shoulder blades, we need it to glide along the rib cage really well, and we need our spine to be able to move as well. Once our spine can move well, then our shoulder blades will find that it's a lot easier to move. So we're going to start by mobilizing with this little peanut. Okay, just give me 1 second. I'm going to put away this kopitiam chair that we would use later. All right, so with this peanut or with a block, you can put it at the middle or lowest height underneath your upper middle back. So for ladies, wherever your bra strap is, you can leave it there. For men, you will find the bottom tip of that shoulder blade. So it's usually around here, and just go a little bit higher. Okay, so you can lie down, feet flat, lie down, and you can put the upper middle back on top of the peanut. With the hand, you hold onto the back of the head, and you're going to stay here for a few moments. Just breathe into the front of the chest here. So at this point in time, it's not super difficult. Inhale here. I just want you to imagine that the front of the chest broadens and rises up to the ceiling. And on the exhale, just allow any tension to leave from the front of the chest. So again, inhale, feel the front of the chest broaden. Exhale, you release. Okay, now with the feet down, you're going to start doing a little bit of a cat-cow-ish motion on this upper and lower back. So inhale here, think about puffing the chest up a little bit more. And then on the exhale, with the palms at the back of the head, bring the chin to the chest and you round a little bit. Again, inhale, widen the elbows, head down. Exhale here, chin to chest, and we round 2. Just 3 more. Inhale, head up, chest up. Exhale, round, chin to chest. 3, 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, chin to chest. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, chin to chest. 5. Good. And then slowly, one hand hold onto the back of the head, the other hand alongside the body. Lean over to the side of the bottom hand, and then you push yourself up. All right. Next, we are going to start by learning to articulate the shoulders. We're going to start by moving the arm bones first. So you have this resistance band. If you don't have it, you can use a strap for this one. And you're going to hold onto the band, maybe wider than shoulder width distance apart, but not too wide. So how do you know that it's the right distance? When you reach back, there's going to be this one part that feels a little bit icky. It should feel a little bit hard. And as you breathe, you can bring the arms down and back. And then you're going to reach it up and we come forward. That is one time. Again, when you reach it up, there's a small point here that feels a little bit icky. Go down, and then you reach it up, and then forward 2. So we're going to do this 10 times. So as you reach it down and back, you want to feel like it's just a little bit tough. And if it's really straightforward for you, like you can go through without any restriction, doesn't feel hard anymore, bring one hand and you're going to walk it towards the center of the band, shortening the stance slightly, and continue. Okay, so some people like to use the resistance band for this. Some people like to use the strap for this. Personally, my preference is a resistance band because it has a little bit of elasticity and I feel like I need to work against the resistance. But if you want to work on increasing your shoulder mobility, then maybe the strap is a better option for you. So I think I've got another 3 more. I can't remember. It's really hard to count while I'm trying to talk as well. So I'm just going to do another 3 more for myself. Okay, and then last one here. All right, so after I am done with this, we're going to use the band to do a little bit of protraction work. So let's go through protraction. A lot of times when people think about protraction, they think about rounding the spine. This is not protraction. Protraction talks about the action of the shoulder blade against the back of the rib cage. So you can see this is a shoulder blade here. If you hug yourself, you feel 2 pieces of bones. Those are your shoulder blades. And in protraction, your shoulder blades will reach towards the front of the rib cage. And in retraction, which is the opposite, the shoulder blades will reach back and squeeze in towards the spine. Again, in protraction, the shoulder blade will glide forward towards the front of the rib cage. In retraction, the shoulder blades will glide backwards towards the spine. So you can imagine if this is the rib cage, this is the shoulder blades. Protraction, it glides forward. Retraction, it glides back. Okay, it's not about rounding the spine or arching the back. Even though when you round the spine or arch the back, the shoulder blades does move a little bit. But for now, we're just going to be really, really strict about just moving that shoulder blade. And one of the exercises I love to do is this. So you're going to grab the resistance band and you're going to put the resistance band at the upper middle back region. Okay? So your hands, your thumbs are going to hook into the ends of the resistance bands and you can stay here. So this is your neutral shoulders. Now, I want you to imagine that you're punching someone you don't like up in the ceiling. You're going to reach even more until the shoulder blades go away from the floor. And then you relax. That is 1. Again, reach all the way up. You feel the shoulder blades move away from the floor. And you come down 2. What you want to watch for is when you reach up, make sure the shoulders don't come to the ears and the elbows don't turn in towards each other, okay? Whole time, I want your elbows to face your face. Then down 3. Again, up, down 4. Again, up, down 5. Again, up. Make sure that you feel this muscle here start to work. Down 6. Up. The muscle that sits inside here start to work. Down 7. Up. Down 8. 2 more. Up. Down 9. Last one. Up. Down 10. Okay, so what we have done is protracting the shoulders and coming back to a neutral position. In your inversions, you have to protract the shoulders and upwardly rotate that shoulder blades. So the shoulder blade not only goes towards the front of the rib cage, but it also glides up towards the ears. And we're going to use the resistance band to do this, okay? So same thing, hook the thumbs into the resistance band. Really try and feel the muscle here, that serratus muscle work. You're going to reach the shoulder blades away from the floor. Now, as you reach away from the floor, make sure that the shoulder blade is still supported by the serratus here. You're going to slowly reach the arm up and over the head as best as you can. And then you're going to reach up towards the ceiling and slowly relax 1. Just be careful of the resistance band gliding towards your face, okay? Again, protract the shoulders, draw the shoulder blades apart. And then from here, slowly reach the arm above the head towards whatever is behind you. And then go all the way up towards the ceiling. And then we come down 2. Again, reach it all the way up, over the head towards the back, up. And then we come down 3. Whew, it's tiring. Reach it all the way up, reach it all the way to the back, up, lower 4. Just one more. Reach it up, slowly glide it towards the back, up. And then we come down 5. Okay. All right, now after you're done with 5, we have worked the shoulders in an upward rotation. So in your inversion-ish kind of position where the arm is reaching over the head. Now let's add a little bit of a load. So with your load, you are going to press the hands down onto the floor and take a tabletop position. In your tabletop, again, you're going to protract the shoulders without rounding the back too much. So really think of trying to activate the muscle here that sits underneath your shoulder blade. Push and then allow the shoulder blades to spread. Now, maintain this, keep the toes tucked under, hover the knees 1 inch off the floor. Then keep the push from the arms. Think about trying to bring the ears towards the shoulders and you're going to walk in as much as you can. This is a pike position. Hold here, stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, and we drop the knees down. That is 1 time. Okay, we're just going to do another 2 more. Same thing, push down through the palms, allow the shoulder blades to draw apart. Once the shoulder blades draw apart, keep the toes tucked under, hover the knees off. Then think butt up towards the ceiling as you draw the shoulders towards the ears. Stay. 4, 3, 2, 1. We come down 2. We're just going to do 1 more. If you can't straighten the legs all the way, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Palms push down, shoulder blades draw apart, hover the knees, straighten the legs, flush the shoulders to the ears. We stay. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly drop the knees down. This is 3. Okay. Once you start to feel like, hey, this is not so difficult, I can work on it a little bit more, you are going to grab 1 block. Okay, so this handstand block is for handstands, right? So it is about the size of my hands. If your block is the regular yoga block, that works as well. Just make sure that when you're gripping onto the block, you're grabbing either 1, 3, 1, or 1, 2, 2. So you can see 1, 2 fingers, 2 fingers, or 1, 3 fingers, 1 finger. Up to you. It really depends on how broad your hands are. Mine are kind of small, so I chose this block for today. Again, place the block at the center of the hands, yeah? Both palms down onto the floor. We're going to do the same exercise, but now we're going to learn how to step the hands onto the block. So first things first, push into the palms, you protract the shoulders first. Once you feel the shoulder blades draw apart, draw the knees off slightly. Then straighten the legs as best as you can, shoulders come towards the ears. All right, now you're in this position. Shift the weight to the left palm. The right palm goes onto the block. Then I want you to try shift the weight to the right palm, push more. Left palm goes onto the block. And then we come down, and then we come down. Make sure weight is in the hands the whole time. The other side now, shift the weight to the right hand, left hand goes onto the block. Then shift the weight to the left hand, right hand goes onto the block. And then we come down, and then we come down. Again, shift the weight to the left, right hand goes on the block. Shift the weight onto the right, left hand goes onto the block. We come down, we come down. One last time, shift the weight to the right, left hand on the block. Push into the left hand using the muscles underneath that shoulder blade, that serratus anterior. Then right hand goes onto the block. Then we come down, and then we come down. Okay, drop the knees. Now, this is still quite a low load compared to what you need to tolerate in your shoulders when you're holding your body weight. So we're going to just make it a little bit harder. This is when the trusty chair comes in. Okay, so in this chair, I'm going to put this chair here. and you're going to have the feet onto the chair. If for whatever reasons you are a little bit more tight in the back of the legs, then you can either use a chair or you can use your dining table. That will be a little bit more forgiving. Or you can just bend the knees a little bit, but your aim is to try to bring your shoulders underneath the hips as best as you can. You will need one block with you, and you're going to try to do a little bit of a activation drill, okay? So, block, you're just going to put it somewhere close to the chair. You'll just adjust it later. This time, the block is in line with one hand, okay? It's no longer at the center, it's slightly off to the side. So I'm going to put my hands down onto the floor, and I'm going to step my feet onto the chair. Okay. Keep the knees slightly bent if you need. Walk the hands in as best as you can until you come into your maximum compression. Now, lean the weight to one hand, put one hand on the block. Now, my right hand's on the block. I'm going to shift the weight to my right hand. I'm coming onto my left fingertips. And then I come down. Onto my left fingertips. Come down. One more. Left fingertips. Come down. Okay, and then I will come down before I switch sides. So just make sure that your chair is stable. If you have a slightly rocky chair like mine, then you want to be really, really careful when you're changing sides. Last one. All right, hands down, feet onto the chair. Be really careful. Walk the hands towards you. Now, left hand is going to be on the block. Shift the weight to the left. Come onto right fingertips. Come down. Weight to the left. Come onto right fingertips. Come down. Weight to the left. Come onto right fingertips. Come down. Okay, slowly walk forward. Drop the legs down. And you are warm enough to try your inversions. So whether you're doing your headstand, pincher, or handstand, they all rest on the same principle, that the shoulder blades here are in an upwardly rotated position. So this means that no matter what you do, whether your elbows are down, whether the crown of the head is down, or whether just your palms are on the floor, this is one of the best, or I wouldn't say best, okay, one of the warm-ups that you can do that will help you to get into either of these three inversions. No, it does not work with shoulder stand, yeah? Your shoulder stand is also considered an inversion. Right, thank you for joining me today. I hope that you have learned something. If you have any questions, please ask me. You can find me on Instagram or WhatsApp, and I hope to see you in class soon.